Welcome to another Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. I know it's been a little bit of time, but once you get over the COVID, you have to get back to work. And when you have had the COVID, you are exhausted. So I've been coming home from work and taking 5-hour naps, and I'm finally feeling a little bit better. My naps are down to 2 hours. So I thought I'd come back and share with you a video on the theme of peacocks that appear on world banknotes. You must be thinking, oh, he's got a neat little deal on elephants. Well, not yet. And I can't even remember at this point. I think maybe I've done one. I'm not sure. But tonight it's going to be peacocks. So if you like the fantastic bird that they are, please like and subscribe to my channel, Numismatic Notes with Ben. All right, let's get started. The first note I want to share with you is a central bank of Sri Lanka. And this is 1,000 rupees. And the lovely peacock is going to be found on the back of the note. Oh, with an elephant and a peacock sticker. Let me take that off. And this note is actually vertical. One of my favorite ways to have a banknote. So let me go ahead and reorient this so that you can see it. There we go. We have a beautiful peacock. Males. And one of them is in display. I believe that's the Candy Temple. Don't hold me to that because this is not a banknote with the Buddhist theme where I do more research, but this is a Splendid Peacock on a banknote of Sri Lanka. All right, let's move from Sri Lanka to Singapore. Here we go. It's a lovely $2 bill. Many people have this Singapore note in their collection, but what they may not realize is, oh, there is a peacock on the Singapore $2 bill. Let me turn it over and share with you the peacock. Splendid dragon. I couldn't tell if these were fireworks, for example, or if they're just some sort of palm tree or just flower that's being carried around. But there's lots of different little things going on in this note. And if you take a look over here, we have children in costume, and it looks like some of them are dressed up as horses, but the one child is dressed up as a peacock. Do you see the feathers? So not a true peacock, but somebody dressed up like one. I thought it was pretty witty. We're going to go to another Asian country, surprise, for another peacock. And this time, it is a Hong Kong $20 bill. And in this $20 bill, which is from the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation Limited, HSBC, we actually have a peacock as well, but not a living one. On the back, we have children, some sort of festival. And there's a big old carp in the background. And there's children carrying lanterns or, I don't know, buckets, but maybe lanterns. The child in the front who's knelt has a sheep. Don't know what that girl has, maybe just a regular one. But if you look in the background, there is a child on the far right. Maybe you can see them right there. Let me get my pointer out. That might be the easiest thing. Child there on the far right actually is carrying around either a lantern or a bucket that has a peacock on it. Right there you can see it. I know I didn't even notice this one right away, but right away I knew it was going to have to be in my peacock video. If you haven't decided to follow my YouTube channel, please do so. I have more than 100 videos, and I intend to keep regularly uploading new content, although it is slower than it was, but I am still regaining my strength. Looks like we have a crooked banknote from India, and it's just kind of off kilter. I don't know if it was printed off center or cut. Probably cut. But here on the back is one of my favorite peacock designs. And here we have several symbols. Don't know what they all mean, but that's not the purpose of this video. What I do like are the pair of peacocks that are nestled in the tree. Now, while I'm preparing the next note for you, I will tell you I grew up in the panhandle of Oklahoma and southwest Kansas. And imagine my surprise to discover that peacocks were not part of what you find here in Oklahoma. I grew up with peacocks on farms. I grew up listening to them scream at night. I grew up just experiencing them in so much of my everyday life that I just always figured that they were a native bird to the United States. I couldn't figure out why people enjoyed seeing them at the zoo. And I loved collecting the big feathers as they would fall out, in the season. We thought we were all that with those feathers. Okay, here's the next note. This note is from Macedonia, although Macedonia has a new name. And it escapes me offhand, but it still says Macedonia right down there in the corner. So that's what I'm going to call it. They probably got a new name that they're going to put on their notes now that they have a new name. But this is a polymer note, and over here on the left-hand side, our polymer window is in the shape of a peacock. So that's a pretty neat polymer window. Now, what I love about this, and it fits into several themes, is the back, which also shows the same polymer window as the front, also shows a peacock from a splendid and an extremely colorful mosaic. And I believe this note has been a part of my mosaic theme of banknote videos, so you might go back and look at the mosaics and see what I had to say about that. The next note is from Algeria, and I did an individual theme on this note. And there's several things I like about this note. There's grapes. It looks like probably a grape orchard in the front and in the back, some sort of oil or petroleum. Excuse me. And a scholar in the foreground. And on this side, probably one of my all-time favorite peacock banknotes. This note has a splendid peacock on the right-hand side. And again, it's a repeat of what I said in the other video about it, but there's a ram, and it's amongst the grapes, but it alludes, in my mind, to the ram provided by God to Abraham so he would not have to sacrifice his son Isaac. And there is a keyhole shape here. Somebody pointed that out to me. And what fascinated me was it almost looks like it changed the size, the focus, and even the coloring of our peacock. I don't know. I thought that was very, very skillful. I just think the artwork on those Algerian notes is to be commended. We're going to go back to Singapore now for a look at a $5 bill. And this is from their bird series. And down here at the bottom you see a skyline, and you see Singapore written in a number of languages. And you see the bird here, and you think, well, where's the peacock, Benjamin? And I'm going to tell you about it while you decide to click the button and join the group of students or people who have subscribed to my page. On the back, we have a great, I call it a ski lift. It's just transportation over the nation. And I've had this note for forever. And it just occurred to me that there was a peacock on it very recently, probably within the last 2 months. We have a dancer here, and although it's hard to see, the dancer is very lightly colored, but the dancer is doing some sort of peacock dance, and it is hard to see with all these circles of engravings around on the note. But the dancer has peacock feathers going up like a peacock in display. If you have this note, you might take a second look at it, because you may have never noticed it too. It amazes me whenever I take the time to look at each one of my notes, what I find that I have not noticed before. And the final note I want to share with you tonight is a note from New Caledonia. And you might go, New Caledonia, but it says Banque de la Indochine, 20 francs payable in espèces à porteur nomia. I don't even know if I said that right, because I don't even speak French. But it's a beautiful note, and if you look carefully on here, you can look for 20 minutes. You will never find the peacock because it is on the back. And even though this is an aged note, and it was well used and probably ended up in a little boy's shoe or in a little girl's purse, and it's dirty, stained, folded, and not an expensive note, how can you not think this note is not worthy of your collection when you see that splendid peacock on the back? And some sort of butterfly here, and then some sort of fairy, maybe? Or no, maybe another butterfly up there. I don't know. Maybe another butterfly there. I don't know. It's very beautiful. And then we have an ink pen, and it looks like it might be wrapped in a document or a dollar bill. I don't know, it's a very beautiful note, and if I ever get a nicer one, I might make sure that it is a focus of a single note. Well, there you go, folks. This is by all means not a complete listing of banknotes that show peacocks, but it is what I have. Thank you so much for remaining my fans, and thank you for thinking of me, and I appreciate the prayers I've received from all over the world. It's truly beautiful that so many folks of so many religions can put a prayer out there for someone who is not a neighbor, but who is grateful for the compassion and the prayers that you expended on my behalf. Thank you so much, and I'm so excited to do more videos for you. Please click the like and subscribe button and share with your friends. I am Benjamin. This has been Numismatic Notes with Benjamin. Have a jewel of a day.